Hello and welcome to Junior Achievement's virtual speaker series. Today we're going to focus on careers in finance and banking, and I am joined by the market president for Palm Beach and Broward counties with Iberia Bank, which is a division of First Horizon. Hello, Debra. How are you today?
Good morning. It's so nice to be with you.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for joining us. Would you mind telling us what you did after you graduated high school?
Certainly. I spent some time in college, and unfortunately, because of personal reasons, I had to leave college a little bit early and enter the workforce. It was a wonderful experience in college, and I gained a lot of knowledge there and continued to gain knowledge as I progressed in my career.
So what was the first position that you took?
Well, while I was going to school, I actually worked as a bank teller. Sometimes in today's environment, that's called a personal banker. And that was the front line of the bank. And I think one of the most important jobs in our industry today, because it's the first line of fire for our clients. They meet people, they meet our bankers who service them and help them with their transactions.
And your title is market president. How long did it take you to get to that position, and what does that job entail?
So I've been market president for approximately 8 years now. And what I would say to somebody that aspires to get to a level of market president, which is a huge responsibility, is to be very open-minded about your career path and learn as much as you can. There's so many different avenues in banking that one can take. And I think just being open-minded to those various opportunities that present themselves will enable you to create this wonderful resource of learning and allow you to be very well diversified as you enter into a more leadership role.
So you talk about other avenues. What other areas have you worked in within the finance industry?
So as I said, I started as a bank teller, and I always loved the lending and the finance side of things. So I started out at the very beginning stages of lending, where we were handling consumer loans for clients, and then progressed there to work on more commercial credits and corporate credits, which were much more complex. And the thing I liked about it, and the common theme of both of those different avenues, one is obviously very regulated and very black and white, if you will, by way of how you do what you do. The other is more, you have to be very strategic and think about structuring loans and helping companies use lending as a means to help them in their businesses. But the common theme in both of them is that you're serving clients and you're adding value and helping them progress in whatever area they're in. So I really enjoyed that, and the knowledge that I gained doing that was just tremendous. And working with people in different areas of those specific types of lending avenues really helped me to gain a lot of knowledge in that process.
Perfect, thank you. So what does your normal day look like? What does a market president do?
The market president, I look at myself as a servant. So my day is there's no day that's ever the same. And I create a to-do list or my priority list or my intentions for the day list or whatever you want to call it. And although I put that down and this is what I'm trying to achieve, more times than not, something comes in and changes that and mixes up the day. But at the end of the day, what I feel most proud of is serving my clients, which are my internal clients, my colleagues, helping them be successful, as well as helping our external clients achieve whatever objectives they're trying to achieve.
So do you work more with the corporate office or do you work more with the branches?
I'm not above tree level, I'm in the trees with everybody. So I'm very much a roll up my sleeves, coach player type of manager. So anytime my colleagues need me for anything, they know that I'm going to be completely accessible. So I get involved in the community. I work with community leaders to try to help them help their clients. And so it's very much a smorgasbord of things. And I love that about my job. No 2 days the same.
Well, I was just about to ask you, what is your favorite thing about what you do for your job?
People, relationships. It's all about relationships. And I would say to somebody that wants to enter this field, you have to be very humble. You have to have a very high level of emotional intelligence. I think scholastically being smart is very important. I think education is very important. But I do believe education comes in so many different forms. And I don't think we ever stop learning. I mean, I've been doing this for 30 years. and, in the banking industry. And for me, I walk away every day grateful for something that I've learned, whether it's about myself or about how to treat people or how to react to something. It's just a fun thing for me, and I absolutely love what I do, and I love who I do it for. So
that's great. And that education piece leads me perfectly into the next question. That if we had students listening to this and they wanted to become a market president, what advice would you give to them?
I would tell the students the most important thing is to create wonderful relationships with people, because I do believe that is the solid part of your infrastructure that you're going to build upon in your career and in your life. The most important thing is to create relationships with people, be open-minded to different opportunities that are presented to you. Even if it's not something you aspire to do, it's going to be part of your resources for the future. And I'll guarantee you that something you learned along the way is going to be beneficial to you in the future. I would also say that give back to others. Help others learn and grow. Invest in them like people have invested in you. And at this point of my career, at 30 years into it, the most important thing I do every day is invest in my colleagues to help them get to that next level and provide them experiences to learn and grow. So for me, the relationship piece is the most important. You can learn a lot scholastically, which I think is critically important. Education is always key. You will continue to learn beyond what you learn in college. You will continue to learn in your career, and take all that information and use it for your good and for the good of others. And that would be my best advice.
That's wonderful advice, Deborah. Thank you so much for joining us today. I really appreciate it.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.